farmers' ability to access financing to plant. It's not so much that the returns are net returns right now actually are negative for most of the spring crops. So soy, corn, spring wheat. I don't know much about sugar beets, so I won't even include that. But it's becoming, this is why cotton, or one of the reasons why cotton's lost 45% acreage in the U.S. is because it's so capital intensive.
Sure, the margins are.
Well, what happens when corn is so capital intensive too? It doesn't matter if you're going to make more money per acre. The capital outlay to put that into the ground, and suddenly your credit's frozen. I do think there's going to be problems, and we saw it in Brazil. We didn't see the plantings, we didn't see the fertilizer application. And God forbid if rust breaks out, if we have a rust breakout, because what happens if you're a farmer in Brazil, you apply fungicide, but your neighbor doesn't? Well, it doesn't matter. So I think it's going to be very interesting, and as I watch it from a market perspective, I'm definitely keeping a close eye on Brazil. Because I think what we saw down there, we could see a taste of or issues thereof in the U.S. Global demand for food is not contracting, it's expanding. And it's doing it quietly, right? Because of all the static noise that we're hearing all the time. So I would say that we haven't seen the contraction, or we haven't seen that demand destruction. I don't believe we've seen that massive demand destruction that you've seen in other segments of the market. I don't think so, not globally. Not globally, right? Because you just look at the Chinese import numbers of soybeans, and whether it's cheaper to import that from the U.S. or not, it doesn't really matter because they're using them. They're crushing them. And what are they doing? They're producing meal and oil, and they're using that domestically. And they're not re-exporting it. So it's just this, they're still sucking that.
So you keep going back to the inelasticity of the need, the billions of people that are just...
Well, listen, are you going to tell, and you don't ever want to... And it's even this way in the U.S. To an extent, right? Maybe you don't go have a steak, but you know what? Maybe you'll still go have like that $5 really nice gourmet hamburger. But are you going to go back to a bowl of rice? Oh, no.
What scares you the most then looking forward from an agricultural perspective in your banking background?
I just think it's becoming such a more complex. It's growing increasingly complex because every time, even with the margin call issues, then it's like, okay, we need to develop a product that we can use to help our customer offset. So it's just becoming increasingly complex with the different products that we're putting out there. I think they're solution based, which I think is good, but it's becoming a very complex global marketplace. The worst thing you can do, I think, as a U.S. farmer, and again, U.S. farmers are typically on that cutting edge of technology and entrepreneurialism, but you've got to educate yourself. You've got to be aware of these dynamics going on, and there's a lot of quote unquote, well, I can't sell my new crop. Well, you know what, you can. You gotta go open up a brokerage account, and you gotta post the money, and that's not comfortable because it's new, but guess what? You have tools.